Here with Mark and Diane from Real Estate News and Views. And Mark, the August numbers are in. They're in.
Hmm. Well, let's see what they're like. I think we're going to cover lots of good things in this video. Probably cover some inventory numbers, going to cover price points by range, and then we'll probably dive in a little bit to see where we think this market is going, what's holding this market back. So stick around because there's going to be lots of information coming your way, and definitely hit the subscribe button in our video for more information on the Barrie Simcoe real estate market, and click the links at the beginning of our description. We have some great things there for you.
Okay, Mark. Well, I have some good news. Good news. So last year, 158 sales. This year in August, 173. We're up 8.6%,
Okay. I'm
which
not.
is, well,
I'm,
listen,
I'm
now
not.
last year was the worst year in 25 years, so it still
Here we go.
sucked.
That's the thing. And
But, um, we've had negative numbers since February. So we finally got a positive number. We had one in January and one now. So,
well, the only reason why I think that thing is positive is because we've seen some sellers that, in my mind, have really, got a better understanding of the market, got reacted quicker, and as it turned, because it really kind of turned pretty quickly, and so I think it's a reaction.
yeah.
Right? Look at the inventory levels. Again, am I
Okay.
excited it's 976? No, but it's down by 100, but some of those
It's
have dropped off from being not, been successful
they're
to
not
pick
even
one.
trying. Yeah, they just got rid of the listing. It's not all
Right.
sales. But last year was 772 were the actives. This year 976. So we're still up 21% on that. But in saying that, we haven't had 976 since April. May, June, July, we're all way above that.
I'm still, but look at how high the inventories are over last year and
Oh,
how
still huge.
dismal the sales are. I'm glad, don't get me wrong, I'm glad for the 8.6. I'm thrilled about it. I think it's great. But when we look at it as a market, we also, why did we see a little uptick? I think sh pricing got sharper. It did get sharper.
Well, you know another thing though, Mark, if you look at 2024, 203 sales in June. July was 176, okay? There's just this big drop in August to 158 and then we went up to 173. So it seemed like even last year August was the worst month except for January and December. Like there
Yeah.
was a for some reason a dip there.
Yeah. Holiday season, people getting the kids back to school. There's some reasons there.
Yeah, because
You know?
like July was 176, then August was 158, then September went back up to 173. You see what I mean? Like there was like a little bit of dip there.
Yeah, it's going to be so. This the question that's on a lot of people's minds is what are we gonna expect, and are we going to see a fall market? I don't know. I don't know if we're going to see a fall market because when we look at everyone was really excited about the spring market. Look how dismal it was. Look at
It
the
was
inventory.
it was horrible.
Been horrible. So are we going to see the same thing? I hope we don't. I hope we don't. But I have a big concern is when the jobs numbers came out for August, we lost 66,000 jobs in Canada. Most of those jobs were tied to warehousing and manufacturing.
Yeah, which is
Oh,
tariff
right, it's tariff on the
driven.
tariffs that have caused it. So on a national level, we're at 7.1% nationally in Canada. In Ontario, we're 7.8%. We have a lot of manufacturing in Ontario,
Yeah.
a lot of housing in Ontario. So I
Well,
don't
the
know.
other thing that kind of concerns me, well, not concerns me, but it kind of it speaks to what's selling is the average price is in the sixes, which it hasn't been all year. Now, I know the average price is skewed, but it does mean that obviously there's more selling in a lower range now.
Maybe for sure. But we're still once we go through some numbers, I'm sure we'll see that too. The properties are coming down too, Diane, too.
That's what I'm saying, Mark. That's
Properties
my
are coming
point.
down in price. We've seen some sharp pricing. We've seen
That,
some
yeah.
come up and go, whoa, we didn't see that for
No, that's
several.
what I'm saying is that the property prices are coming down. So, like, it's also making people a little bit more active on, okay, maybe I should buy now. Like, we're seeing a lower price
Some,
point.
some. It's
And so, year over year, we were at 1541 for year to date, and now we're at 1369. We're still down 11%.
1%. Yeah.
Now, that is the best that it's been in a while, right? Because
Sure.
March was 14%, then it was 15, 17, 15, 14. Now we're down to 11. I don't think we're gonna I don't think we're gonna meet the sales in this last 4 months to make it even.
No, I don't think we are at all. No, no way.
That's yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
But no, no, this number will come down continuously if we have a fall market. But again, like, I've had a few evaluations this week and stuff like that, last week, sorry. And, some of the conversations, hey, this is what it is now. But, people are getting out in front. They want to be the next property sold in the neighborhood or on their street or whatever. And some are pricing it aggressively to get that sale. It is a
Yeah.
competitive landscape today, ultra
Well,
competitive.
and remember we talked about how many mortgages come up in 2025? A lot.
60% of the mortgages are within this year and next year,
Yeah.
right? Are we going to see the inventory levels tick up? Or
Well, is that
maybe.
why they've already ticked up though?
I don't know.
Probably.
Some of it, but not all
Some
of
of
it.
it is.
Not all of it, right? Because we're not seeing an abundance of power sale listings come on the board. We're
Well,
seeing
no,
some.
you know what, Mark, though? It doesn't have to be by power of sale. So my mortgage is renewing. I can afford it. I can pay the bill, but I'm tight as hell. So I want to get out of here. I'm not going under. I'm not the bank isn't foreclosing,
Mhm.
but I'm just not comfortable anymore. I'm paying too high. Everything's too tight. I want out.
Some, yeah, for sure.
I think a lot. That's why you also see the high price
Oh, can't
and
say. I mean, some to put a number on that. I don't even want to put a number on it because I don't
oh, I'm
know.
not putting a number on it because nobody knows the percentage of it, but there's a reason why we are seeing historically high inventory levels. It's not for the goodness, you know, people don't do these things on a whim for no reason. It's just not the reality. So
No,
there's
but
a reason why we're seeing historic inventory levels. We're seeing it in Toronto. We're seeing it all across Ontario. And I don't know the exact reason, but there because nobody can, unless you went and interviewed every single flipping home seller, you know. But the fact that though there's more mortgages renewing this year and next year, this year is the big one actually, would mean that to some degree it's a direct reflection.
put a number on it, and I can't, right? When we look at the abundance of inventory, I would say okay, but when we see it's fractional of what is actually listed and what is selling ratios, it's very small. There's still the majority of the inventory is not selling.
No, because I can
Oh,
pay my bill. I'm not going under. So I don't have to fire sale the house. I don't have to give it away because I can still pay for it. But I want to get out and I'm putting a price on it that makes sense to me, even though the market isn't reflective of that.
I think some, but I just don't think it's the majority of. To me, that seller's not a motivated seller. Maybe I can still pay the bill. I gotta if they go somewhere, they're gonna pay rent. Rents have come down still. Yeah, they have.
Well,
But
they
what is
could buy
hey,
smaller house. They could downsize.
you can see, yeah, you can see that. Say, you know what? The kids are going. We don't need this big house anymore. I'm tired of it. Whatever. I want to downsize and get some, financial positions better than having a bigger mortgage payment. For sure. But I don't think that necessarily that home owner today is selling because they're financially stressed. Some would be uncertain, some would be scared, going, you know what, I could lose my job. I don't want to be in that position. It's too stressful. There's so many reasons to
Oh, there is.
why.
There is.
It's hard to nail down it, but what we're seeing in the marketplace is the stuff that is selling is the inventory that is priced for what a buyer is willing to pay today. And I've never seen it so competitive ever in my
No,
time
I
in
know.
the last 15 years. It is ultra competitive. When we're seeing properties not getting showings, Diane, whoa, right?
Lots. Lots
Lots,
are not.
lots. So we'll come back to that, but let's go through the inventory numbers and so the viewers where the sales were.
Well, this is why our average price. So look, 5 to 600, we had 24 sales.
Mhm.
Last year, nine, active 52. Like in the 5 to 600, usually there wasn't anything to even buy.
No, but now there is, and we've talked about it on similar videos in episodes where that 5 to 6 range, it's there's some opportunities in that range, and we're seeing it by the sales. Look at the increase.
Well, look at the CMA you were doing yesterday. And how
Well,
many detached houses did you see sell between 5 and 6? You saw
I,
some.
I talked to the lady today. I said, listen, I said, I was pleasantly surprised to see them selling under 6. I says, you know what, we'll try that price point for sure, because I don't think it's bad. But if you're a serious seller, we can't just sit around at that price and let it sit there for 3 weeks to find the right buyer. If we don't get something in, we get any showings in 10 days or less than 10, we know we're too high. We have to really be active on
Aggressive.
this and keep on it because the market's changing. This
Yeah.
range, this 5 to 6 range, I'm telling you, it's on fire right now in the community by looking at that's almost half of the inventory, Dan. That's 50% of it's almost all selling. We're
Yes.
seeing it. We're seeing, okay, as soon as one gets up, and we're seeing a lot of Letitia Heights, right? Where we
Yeah.
saw last month, where we saw, holy cow, 550. That 550 number became a pretty staple up Letitia Heights for a town to a semi-detached to an end unit town now.
I
That's
know.
so it's people are, you know what I mean? The mindset, I think, for the sellers is changing.
Yeah, it is. It is. I think they're finally just accepting, and we have enough history of sales now to show that this market's going down. Like, there's nobody now that isn't is saying that, oh, the market's stable, it's not going down. Everything like the market is going down. There's enough evidence of it, and people are believing it now because you can
It's
show
been
them.
going down for months and months,
Yeah.
but no one that seller didn't want to accept it. No,
Yes.
I'm selling. I've had those calls. No, that's my price. I'm not selling a like. Then don't sell. Take it off the market
Yeah.
because it's not going to sell. Like we can't create a market for a buyer for that.
No.
So it's not
Now in the
selling.
6 to 700 range, 141 actives, only 40 sales, 29 last year, so we're up 28%. And the 5 to 600, we were up 63%.
Yeah, that's there's a lot of inventory in that 6 to 7 range. You can see it right there. It's a
Yeah.
contender, right? It's
Well,
a
and this is why our average price is low. Because look at where the sales are. There's barely any in the higher ranges.
well, look at the sales up in the 5 to 6 range too, right? We're seeing lots in the lower price point. The affordability is opening up a little bit for people to go, you know what? Maybe now's the time to take a stab at something now. I'm
Yeah.
seeing price drops. We've been watching this for a while. Our agent says we're seeing some progression down. Maybe keep looking. When
Yeah.
the right one comes up, yes, some will jump at it.
Yeah.
Some won't. Some will sit there and go, no, I'm going to wait for till I think it's going down more, and it could go down more.
Well, and you know what else is crazy? For the longest time, the over a million was our highest range of inventory, right?
Mhm.
It's not now.
And let's and we can't. It's not, but I think that's been the biggest struggle right there for so many sellers in that range because a fraction of it's selling. So a lot
Well,
probably cancel the listings.
okay, but 7 to 8,
Let's go back
100.
to 7. What did we figure? 28% selling. I mean, that is selling. So let's run to 30. 70% isn't selling. right?
in this
That's a
one.
big number. It's a big number.
In which one?
6 to 7.
Yeah.
It's
No, that's why I really want to talk about the 7 to 8 because there are 173 active. This year, 29 sales, last year, 36. So we're actually down 19% in the 7 to 8 category.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's huge. 83% is not selling. A lot of inventory, right? And
Yeah.
you
See,
know,
the lower things are like we're way better off, right? In the lower price ranges. And that once we start getting in higher,
affordability roads still, we like the Bank of Canada is stuck, hasn't done a rate announcement, right? People predict that there's going to be a drop, but I personally don't think that's going to fuel the real estate market. I think the biggest cloud right now over the real estate market today is unemployment and the uncertainty.
listen, Mark, this is one thing people have to get a handle on that they don't understand. The interest rates keep going down by the Bank of Canada, but the fixed rates are still hovering close to 5. Because the bond yield is so high, the fixed mortgage rates are still high. So nobody wants to take a variable rate anymore because it's too scary.
I don't think it's scary at all. Not in
No,
this.
well,
Me, I don't.
after what happened last year in January, I was paying like I don't know, not even 2 in January. By the end of the year, I was paying 7 in variable or 6.
But you when you first got your product, you were paying it was nice and cheap, and then the Fed started the increase for sure. But now we're going on the decrease. Inflation's getting in check. Consumers are cutting or pulling back, and unemployment's going up.
Yeah,
How is
and the variable rate goes off the Bank of Canada rate, where the fixed rate goes off the bond yield. So the problem is the bond yield is still high. Most people they want safety. They want to know how much their payment is. They go with fixed rates.
a lot do? I wouldn't today. That's my opinion. I'm not saying everybody do what I do. Um,
I
I
wouldn't
would.
either, but people do
I-
it.
People do it. I would go, and you know what? All the signs are pointing to a recession if we're not already in one.
That's right.
So the feds are going to have to lower to create spending. They're not cutting taxation.
No, no,
No,
I know they're gonna have to lower, but they're not gonna lower it enough. You know it, I know it.
they're not going to take a strong stance at it.
No, it's not gonna do nothing. 9 to a million, 92 actives.
Do we do 8 to 9 yet? We don't do 8 to 9 yet.
Oh yeah, right. 8 to 9, 138 active.
Mhm.
23 sales this year, 23 last year. No change.
Okay, hang on. So again, 16% selling.
So
84%
80.
is not. 84% is not selling.
Mhm.
There's a lot of inventory. So I don't get all warm and fuzzies and really excited when I see an 8% increase. We know where the increases come from. There came
I
from 5 to 6 range in the
well,
community.
this is it. It's coming to from the 5 to 6 and the 6 to 7, like in there. That's
There's
where
a
it's coming.
lot. There's some that's a very competitive range today,
It
right?
is. Yeah.
Ultra competitive. And even for the right house in the 7 to 8s, like I saw one, I've seen some, there was one listed on Greyhawk, 899 this week. This week or last week on Friday. Anyway, it was great. I went, that's priced extremely well for the neighborhood. Nice floor plan, nice finishes. Nothing wrong with that price point. It's not selling in a day.
No.
It's priced properly. If it was priced at again that we're used to seeing 1,050,000, a million, what are you talking about? That's just not gonna happen.
No,
You know,
I know.
like what are you doing?
No, I know. I've noticed too, even in the nicer neighborhoods, way more competitive, like way more. So 8 to 9, there was 23 sales, nothing really. I mean, still a lot of inventory, right?
Look at it. 16% selling.
Mm-hmm.
What's that telling you?
Oh,
It's
it's
not
not
good.
flipping good.
It's not good. And that's just the market. The numbers are there for anybody to interpret them. We interpret them this way. The numbers, we are doing the calculations. The markets needs to pick up. Yeah, it does. But none of us, no agent in this industry today can say when it's going to pick up. There could be signs of when it's going to pick up. Sentiment can change, right? Will there come?
I think sentiment's changing a little bit now that it's getting lower. Like I think people are there is certain people now that are like, okay, well, I'm seeing well, the problem is the sentiment is that it's still going to keep going down. I need to get Gracie something, right? People still think it's going to keep going down.
A good chunk of people do, and that's the thing. But you know, a home buyer today, whether you're first time or thinking of downsizing, they're looking at the market like hawks. They're all over it. They're trying to figure out, they're trying to interpret what's going on with it, what's selling, what's not selling. What do I need to do to my house to make it sell? What price range do I have to be in? We feel this price, we feel that price. There's so much to this puzzle, and this market is doing this right now. It's trying to find its footings, and it's going to take time to find those footings. I really think I'm keep going back this 5 to 6 range. It found its footings there. Look at the pop,
I know.
and it's such a that consumer in that 5 to 6 range that is sellers and buyers, and there's a lot. That's your younger demographic, small portion being downsizers. But this is your first time going, you know what? We haven't seen this kind of a pop in a long time.
No.
We're seeing some motivated buyers come out of the house and go, yeah, let's put an offer in. I think this is the one.
Well, the thing is too for her a first time buyer, you only have to put 5% down. So if you're buying at 550, you need $27,500. Some people have that credit limit on their friggin' visas or that. Like some if you have two professionals, younger even in their 20s,
Mhm.
the only problem it's not necessarily the down payment, it's you need to qualify for that mortgage. If you're
Well, you
only
know,
putting down 5%, you're basically needing a 523 or $24,000 mortgage, right? So you have to qualify for that mortgage. That's the trick of it. But you don't need $100,000 to put down it. You know what I mean? Like you can, it's manageable for some people,
mhm. Well, for sure, right?
and you see them dipping back in.
I think the prices are getting sharper in certain ranges. We're not there in some other ranges, as we can
No,
see. We're not there.
so
And we're not, and is this range, is this 8 to 9 and a million and over the next one to see these pops? I don't know. I don't know.
so the 9 to a million, 92 active, which were, really over 100 normally. So, but 9 sales this year, seven last year, basically even. I called it's basically even, right?
10% selling, right?
Yeah,
So, and that's consistent with what we see. Usually well, the next one's going to be around the same thing, but we've seen some reductions in the inventory levels in these higher ranges. And it's not due because they're goddamn well selling, because they're not
no,
selling. It's due to we've tried for 7 months. I think it's time that our house isn't going to sell now. This is the wrong. They finally have defeated. They feel defeated now. There's not a market for their overpriced home, and there's not a buyer for it. So they
they're
go, let's.
taking, I think they're just
That's the
taking
right
them
thing to
off.
do.
Yeah,
Take it off the market. It's not going to sell.
yeah.
So no matter what, take it off the market unless you're willing to reduce. And let me tell you, some are need to reduce 10 to 15%.
I
And
know.
it's not going to happen.
No, I know. It's not happening.
It's not
Over a
happening.
million, 137 active, 12 sales last year, 13 or 12 this year, 13 last year.
Again, call 10%. It's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of product still at the end of the day, right? So
Mm-hmm.
where did the 8% increase overall? This
Yeah,
helped get this was the reason why we've seen the 8%.
because the prices went down.
5 to 7 range right here.
Yeah,
This
and
is
because
it.
the prices went down, right? Because you saw a lot more in the 5 to 6 range. Like there's still 52 actives.
Mhm. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and that is why, and even if you look, Mark, the percent of not selling goes up as the price goes up. It's 50, then it's 70, then 83, 84, 90, 90, right?
Direct correlation. It's affordability, right?
Yeah.
It's a direct correlation to this chart, right? Less
Which
people.
is also a direct reflection of the average sale price. That's why it went down
Oh, for
because
sure,
this got bumped up.
for sure, for sure. It's tough to be in a seller's position today. It's tough to make those hard decisions and going, you know what, this to accept the reality of the market. It is. It's not easy because a
No.
lot of them that don't know the market thought, okay, well, maybe, until they start speaking and start, maybe watching this content, which I think everybody should, then you got to have an understanding of it. Okay, you know what? I thought my home was worth this, but apparently I'm wrong. But here's why. You got to tell that seller why.
Yeah.
Why are we going to price it this when there's not on a market for that price point? When we're seeing different things selling in that. You just mentioned to the lady that I had a discussion with. We had the discussion this morning, as I said, and that's it. Here's a half an hour video. Here's what's selling. Yeah, I think you did a great job in maintaining what you've done to the home. Yes, but the reality is, I don't think you're going to get that price. You're not going to
I
be dead
know.
on that marker right now, right? But let's watch the market. That 5 to 6 range is a really hot friggin' range right now. It takes
It,
one to go, I love it. This is it.
yeah.
I like the area. I like the area. It's good.
Mhm.
I like the property. Good. Some things I don't like about the property. Okay. But there's some choice out there too.
That's the
It's a
problem is that,
choice.
a couple, even last year or at the beginning of this year, between 5 and 6, your choices were really limited. Like there was not a lot out there.
It wasn't.
And I was showing them, and I mean, oh my God, they were horrible, right? Like complete gut jobs. But
Yeah.
now there's some that are cute and they're done well and they're livable.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
and now you have to compete against all of them in that range.
And in an area where, maybe someone needs a little bit more space and they still need to be in that 5 to 6, you can find it. You need a space. You may need to go to different areas of the community that offer better value, but you can find it today,
You
right?
can.
So it's just it's a really funny market right now. And the stuff that I've been seeing is that a lot of people think it's hang on to your seatbelt because it's going down. I don't see that happening, but I'm concerned with the unemployment number. That's the one I'm keeping close eye on because
Well, and the prices have
really
gone
tough.
down, Mark.
Prices have gone down, but I'm more looking at it from a standpoint of people going, I'm not spending now because I'm worried.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not making that move. And a lot of them have. I'm sure there's an abundance of people that are staying still right now. Maybe right now is not the move. And then I get the questions too from people going, well, we really need to upsize or we really need to downsize, but we want to wait till the market gets better. Okay. But remember, you sell higher, you buy higher. That's just the golden thing.
Yeah.
Look at all those people that in the COVID times, they bought high and they sold high, right? We've seen it.
And now their values down. Well, some of them are less are way more than 20%, and now they don't even have 20% in their house anymore.
Some don't, depending, but that's not all, but some. Some people made a move of different communities and going, to traveling different communities. They have equity there, but that was the market then. You look what they got for their houses too that made the move. They got top dollar. Okay. So when people go, should I do it now or do it later? How motivated are you? How important is it to make that move? Is it important for you to get in that new house or new condo now to downsize, upsize, whatever? If it is, then do it now. It's not
To
going to make a
me, if
difference.
you're not rebuying, it's different.
100%. That
If
comes motivation.
Yeah, if you are rebuying, like I just moved in March, right? I sold at a lower market and bought in a lower market. But I'll admit, right now, I could get this house cheaper than what I paid for it.
100% you can. Yeah, you can.
And I knew that. But I also
You're
knew,
not moving tomorrow.
no, but I also knew, Mark, that when you're buying and prices are down, because it is definitely down.
Mhm.
I bought it in a down market.
Mhm.
I'm not going to be able to time the down perfect like the bottom, right?
It's hard. It's
It's
hard.
hard. You're not gonna. So as long as you know you're in a down period, which I was, I didn't get $1 million for my house
But you didn't
because I
pay.
was in, but
No.
I also paid cheaper to buy.
Good.
So it's all relative. But I still now a lot of people in my position would say, "Oh my God, I just overpaid. I could pay 20,000 less now."
Who cares? It's 20 grand.
Mark, well,
Oh, like
it's all relative. I wouldn't have got what I got for my house then.
100%.
So it would have, it's all relative. It's all the same.
It is. Yeah, it is. Hey,
Anyway,
let's wrap it up.
yep,
It's a good discussion. And okay,
that's your
we're done.
stats for Barrie people.
They're in.
They're in.
Data don't lie.
See ya.
See you.